everyone. Welcome to one of the first student corners of 2022. I'm here with Shobana Iyer, the former president of the Purdue Actuarial Club. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Olivia. So hi, everyone. I am Shobana Iyer. I am currently a second semester senior, obviously studying actuarial science and applied statistics at Purdue. And yeah, as Olivia said, I served as the president of the Purdue Actuarial Club last year. The year prior, I was the secretary. And then my freshman year, I served as the junior website coordinator, which is now the junior media coordinator. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you, Shobana. So my first question is, what will you be doing once you graduate, and how did you get into that industry?
Yeah, so the year prior, so 2021 summer, I interned at PwC remotely, but for the Chicago office. And I will be going back to them, but now I will be a management consulting associate for them. And so obviously it has consulting in the title. So I will be working in the consulting industry. Prior to that, I have interned in the health insurance industry, more specifically at Humana. So being able to figure out that consulting was the industry that I wanted to go into, obviously all these experiences did play out and help. But I've always wanted to be in consulting. It's just, this thing where I've enjoyed talking and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think, just being able to gain experiences within health insurance and now consulting also involved health insurance, retirement benefits as well. And just all the opportunities that come with consulting seems very interesting to me. So yeah, being able to do it now, I'm looking forward to it and being a management consulting associate at PwC.
That sounds like a perfect fit. I hope you have fun with it in the future.
Thank you.
Next is kind of leading actuarial science, and we're asking if you're involved in any clubs or organizations outside of it.
Yeah, so I have been fairly involved with actual science, like the department and everything, for my 4 years at Purdue, but I'm also a College of Science ambassador. I have been since my freshman year. So I get to talk to prospective and incoming Purdue students. And then beyond that, I'm also part of this yoga and meditation club called SKY, which stands for Sudarshan Kriya Yoga, which is a form of yoga that they teach. I've been doing that since my freshman year, just because I realized that, with not just actual science, but just Purdue as a, university, your workload can get pretty overwhelming quite fast. And so just having to balance all of that, as well as my mental sanity and all of it together, I realized that maybe depending on yoga and meditation would be a good choice. And once I got into it, I've loved it ever since. And I've been practicing the daily practice that they do teach you at one of their retreats now, pretty much on a daily basis. And it keeps me so much more calm than I would say I have been prior to even learning all of it. So yeah.
That's really nice. I'm glad that you found that I was able to relax from school and take a bit of a break. Mm-hmm. And then next is there's a lot of boba places around campus. So we're wondering what your favorite boba spot in West Lafayette is.
Yeah, for me, I feel like mine's going to be a controversial opinion, but I would say Kung Fu Tea. I like the atmosphere there, but also there are boba options. They always appeal to me. And I also have really good memories with Kung Fu Tea, is just because us as a board last year, we would go and have little reunions on Sundays together at Kung Fu Tea. And it was just it was a good time for us to de-stress and just connect as a board and get closer. So yeah, I would say Kung Fu Tea.
Definitely brave for admitting that. One of the few I've heard whose favorite is Kung Fu Tea. What's your favorite to order from there?
I would say there's this one order that I think it's kind of more new over there, but it's a brown sugar ginger tea, and it's on the hot side. So if you like cold things, you wouldn't like this, but I don't think it even has any bubbles, to be honest, but it's very refreshing. It's good if you're not feeling good too. So yeah, that's my go-to order.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Yes.
And last is, would you do anything differently in college looking back now that you're graduating?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely, there's many things that I think, obviously I reflect back on it and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd done this differently and stuff like that. But most specifically, I think just being more open-minded from when I was a freshman. I just feel like I came in with a very strict mindset about what I wanted to do and what I wanted out of my career as a future actuary. in terms of like strictly going into consulting and stuff like that. But speaking to older students and kind of getting guidance from them, it made me realize that a lot, like when like when you're starting out, basically, a lot of opportunities are not going to come to you, but you have to go to them instead. And then once you start getting exams in place and school comes into matter and stuff like that with grades and everything like that, it becomes easier for companies to start reaching out to you. But prior to that, I had to be patient with like the health insurance opportunities that I got, which I wasn't initially interested in. But then when I gave it a chance, it like completely changed my mindset for the better, because I was like, wow, I actually don't mind it, and it's actually really cool. And then even in the consulting industry, if you really think about it, it does combine health insurance and retirement and all these kinds of different like risk management kind of things in a sense. So not to have a closed-minded perspective is what I would say that I wish I'd like possibly changed.
That's really good advice. Yeah, being open-minded is definitely very important in the beginning of the process.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Had a great time. We will definitely miss you once you graduate, and already miss you as president now. So
I miss it too, and I'll miss you guys too. But thank you so much for this opportunity.
thank you. Bye.